Today I'm going to show you how to operate and ride the simple step-through, low step-through e-bike from 630. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin, CEO of 630. Today I'm going to show you how to operate and ride the simple step-through e-bike. If you already have it at home, this is a great video to watch to ride it. Or if you're interested in a low step-through or already saw the simple step-through, I'm going to take you through a full tour on how to ride it, how to operate it, how to shift gears, how to brake, how to do everything. Okay, so first and foremost, let me just take you for a little tour of the simple step-through if you're not already familiar with it. If you are, you can go ahead and fast forward through this section onto the next piece. I'm going to put chapters down below. You should see chapters on the video if you want to go ahead and forward ahead. All right, so the simple step-through e-bike is a very low step-through e-bike. It's got an 11-inch step-through height where you can just easily walk through the frame. It's got a 500-watt rear hub motor, which is going to be very powerful to get you up hills, around town, up to speeds of 20 miles an hour with a throttle only and 28 miles an hour in pedal assist. You have a thumb throttle here that you can use if you don't want to pedal, and you have 5 levels of pedal assist that you can adjust up and down right here on the display, and we will get into those in a second. In addition to that, you have front and rear disc brakes that can stop really great on a dime, and again, we'll show you those in a demo. And you have your battery here, your 10.4 amp hour battery, which can take you up to 50 miles on a single charge. And I'll show you in a second how easily removable that is. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and show you more of the details on the simple step through before we take a demo, test ride, and I show you exactly how to ride. Okay, first thing I want to show you is you have your battery located in the back rack here. Now, one very important thing on the battery is underneath here, if you can see, there's actually a switch right here. If this switch is on, nothing on the motor will power up. So it's important that that switch is flipped on, and I'm pretty sure that's on because I just had it in that position. From there, when that is on, you can move up here to your display, at which point you would hold your power button and everything would turn on. So on your initial ride, or if you feel like the battery's not working, it could be a result of that not being turned on. Now I'm gonna turn this off really quick, or the switch not being turned on back here. Now, if you want to take a look right here as well, flip this like this. On this side, if you want to come around, you have a couple things I want to show you. You have your charging port right here, and this is where you're going to plug your charger in. And actually, I brought a charger out here. And here's your charger, okay? And you would simply just plug this in right here. And it is actually just a regular cable or a regular AC plug. And you would plug that into the wall. Very important, do not stick anything else inside of this. No forks, no metal objects. You only want to put your charger in there, okay? Now, that goes in there. When you plug this into the wall, which we're going to show you in a second here, this light is going to turn red if it's plugged in and the battery still needs to be charged more. This light will turn green when the charging is fully completed. All right? Now, if you want to walk over here to this bike really quick, because I misplaced the key for that one, right here you have your key and your lock. So when you're riding, you want to ensure this is locked, okay? So you want to turn the key like that, at which point you can't pull the battery out. If this separates from the controller housing here and the battery, if it's not locked in place, the battery may die. If it's not locked in place, this battery could slide out and you would lose power. Now let me show you what we'll do to charge. Now, to charge it, you can leave the battery in and charge it that way. That is perfectly fine. Or you can unlock it, remove the battery. And now I'm going to bring this inside with me, and then I'm going to show you how to charge. Okay, so we brought the battery indoors just to show you how to charge. So like I said, it's just a normal outlet. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in right here. And now you've got your charging port right here, okay? And very simple, we're just gonna go ahead and plug this in. Okay, and now that it's plugged in, you're gonna see right here the red light comes on. And if you see when I unplug that, the light is actually off. Actually, no, it's green. Sorry, you can see the green there. So once you plug it in and it turns red, that's gonna indicate that it is in fact charging, and that light should turn green when it's done. Now, if your battery's very low, it can take about 4 to 8 hours to charge. So don't be surprised if you've had it on the charger for 3-4 hours and it's still not full. So go ahead and leave that. When you're charging, try to leave the battery in a safe area, not by anything that would be the heat, because the battery will get hot, the charger will get hot. Actually, I'd recommend not leaving that on top of the battery. So charging in a safe space like this is a good setup, and we can come back and check on it in a few hours and then get it in our bike and go for a ride. So let's bring this back to the bike, install it, and then I will show you how to operate everything and we'll take a ride. Okay, so we got the battery back installed. Now I'm gonna walk you through all the electronics. So right here we have our display, and from here you're gonna hold the power button down and that turns the motor on. Now, if you're in a standstill, not utilizing anything, go ahead and shift your pedal assist level into 0. So bottom button is your minus, top button is your plus. This will raise and lower your pedal assist levels. And if this is in 0, your throttle will not work at all, nor will you get any pedal assist. So if you're riding and you decide you want to turn the motor off, you can just leave it in 0. That way, if you want to leave the display on, because you may want to put it into level 1 in a moment's notice, you can just leave it like this. Then when you're ready, you can pop it into 1, 2, whatever you need to, right? As opposed to just turning it off completely, because then if all of a sudden you start going up a hill or something, it's going to take a longer to get to turn it back on versus just to flip it into 1. So right here you have your throttle. Now the thing about the throttle, like I said, these pedal assist levels are only linked to the output of the pedal assist. They are not a power indication for the throttle at all. If you have your pedal assist level in 1, the throttle will work at its fullest power. The throttle operates like a gas pedal on a car. The harder you push it, the faster it goes. There's an instinct for people all of a sudden when they come up to their bike to just push the throttle. Don't do that. Or at least make sure that it's in 0, at which point the bike will not move, okay? So the throttle, like I said, is a gas pedal. The harder you push it, the faster it goes. So start to just get familiar with giving it a little bit while you ride, and then over time you can give it a little bit more. But if this is in level 1, your throttle will be capable of giving you its max power. Unlike the pedal assist levels, you will not get your max pedal assist level unless you have it in level 5, okay? Make sense? Now let's put this back down to 0, okay? Everything else, now let's shift over to the side with the gears here. Now on this side you have 7 speeds. These 7 speeds are not linked to the motor in any way, shape, or form. Now, one thing I also want to point out is I went ahead and turned the motor off completely while we're standing here. My recommendation, and I'll get into a little bit more while we're riding, is before you mount the bike, always have the motor off. Before you get off the bike, always have the motor off as well. Okay, so now these gears right here are like the gears on a standard bicycle. You would twist this shifter right here to shift your gears up or down. You have 7 speeds on the simple step through. And if we can look right down here, this is your derailleur right here, okay? So the gears operate completely independently of the pedal assist levels or anything to do with the motor. Now, you want to try to match up the gears on the bike to the assistance of the pedal assist. As an example, if you're in pedal assist 5, you're probably going to want to be in at least gear 5, if not gear 7. If you're in pedal assist 1, you probably would want to be in gear 1, 2, or 3. So there's no direct correlation, and you can use the gears on the bike without using the motor. If you so choose to have the motor off, you can still use your gears and ride it like a normal bicycle. Now, another thing I want to point out as well, Do not shift the gears of the bike, the derailleur, while you're standing still. Only shift those while you're moving. Because in order for the gears to shift, the chain needs to move. And if you shift while you're standing still, the minute you start riding, the chain's gonna wanna move. It can cause some problems. While you're riding and the chain's already moving and you shift, it moves much more seamlessly and much easier. Doesn't create problems and issues. So again, you wanna get these two working in together. I'll explain it a little bit when we go for a ride, and I'll talk to you about how I'm shifting and what I'm doing. But just know they operate independently. Now you have your brakes here. You've got your front brake as your left brake and your rear brake as your right brake. Remember, generally, only pull the rear brake if you're gonna pull one brake by itself, or pull both brakes together. That's recommended really in general, but try not to just use the front brake. That can cause you to possibly flip over if you're traveling at very high speeds. So front brake is the left brake, rear brake is the right brake. Try to pull both at the same time. Things like filling up the air, you can see it's a standard tire. Located on the side of the tire here is the recommended PSI right here. It says 40 PSI. Also, these tires are directional, which means that there is a certain direction you want them to go. If you ever need to replace your tire, just make sure that you keep the tread facing in the same direction. You can see the little point of this shape here goes forward. That's just important for the traction and the water while you're riding. All right, now just a few other things, just some operational things. There are some cable connections. If you ever have issues, you can see there's certain points here where the cables connect. If those ever came loose, the motor and things would stop working. Also underneath here, wires feed in through here. And lastly, there's connections underneath these cables up here in the handlebar. So if you ever experience anything and the motor cuts out, you can check underneath here for the connections to see if something by chance came loose. But more than likely, that will never happen. All right, now the other cool thing is the 4 custom adjustment points for your riding position. So you've got the ability to raise and lower your handlebars with this bolt right here. You can adjust the tilt of your handlebars right with this bolt right here, which is underneath here. So you can find your desired angle. You can also find your desired height. And then on your seat, you can obviously raise and lower with the quick release. You can also loosen these 2 bolts to find the perfect tilt of the seat that feels best for you as well. And right here, you've got 2 bolts to bolt on a water bottle holder if you should want to put a water bottle holder on there when you ride. All right, that pretty much takes us through and summarizes most of the features. Now I'm gonna put a helmet on and take you for a quick ride and just show you and walk you through how I operate, how I shift, how I do things like that as we take a quick little jaunt. All right, so first thing is mounting. Since we have the easy step through, the whole point is to do a little step through to get on here. From there, then I can just slide back onto the seat. Okay, now I've left the motor off till I'm on the bike. I recommend please do that so you don't accidentally hit anything like the throttle and the bike jolts on you. Okay, so now the display is on and I have it in level 1. I recommend starting as low as possible. I'll show you really quick too. I like to start with the throttle because it makes it really easy. So if that's the case, start your right foot, or you can do your left foot, but keep one of your feet in the halfway position on the pedal so you can get a nice, either you leave your foot there comfortable or you can get a nice push off. If you want to use the throttle, you just ease into it. I'm just do easy and then let the bike go and I can pick up and be on my way. So I like to start like that, but let me just show you if you want to start with pedaling. So get my pedal up like this, good position, and then it's just like a bicycle. So I'm just gonna push off. After I make a full rotation, my motor kicks in just like that, and I'm off and running. Now at this point, I am in first gear, and I'm in pedal assist 1, okay? So at this point, when I pick up a little speed here when we get out to the street, I'll show you exactly how to shift. All right, so I'm gonna get going here. I'm gonna use my throttle. I like to do that. And I got my foot in the right position, so we're gonna pick up, take off. And now, again, I'm in first gear, which I like to start out with, so I can just start pedaling. The pedal assist kicks in. Now I'm gonna upshift to level 3, and at which point I'm gonna shift my gears up. Now I've got a good gear and a good pedal assist. All right, now I'm coming to braking, and I'm just gonna downshift back to level 1, and now I'm gonna shift my gears back down. So I'm just trying to match the resistance of my pedaling with the level of a pedal assist I have. All right, so when you're coming into a stop, there's a few things I recommend. Number 1, if you're using the gears on the bike, get them down to level 1 because it'll be easier to pedal when you start. And then the other thing too is after you stop, put it into 0. So I'm gonna come to my stop right here. Once I'm stopped, I'm gonna put my pedal assist in 0 just while I'm sitting here so nothing can go wrong. Now, I'm gonna take on this hill right here. I don't know if the cameraman's gonna come or not, but to take on the hill, I wanna make sure my gears are in level 1 and my pedal assist, I'm gonna put it into level 2 to start. And then as I start to go up the hill, I'm gonna increase it into level 5. So let's just make sure there's no cars coming. All right, and now I'm going to go. All right, my pedal assist kicks in. Now I'm gonna put into level 5, and we're off and running, and I'm in gear 1 right now, okay? Now you can also use the throttle if you so choose. Totally up to you. So I am in gear 1, pedal assist level 5, and I am exerting 0 effort whatsoever as I take on this hill. Alrighty. Now you can always switch to the throttle if you so choose. I will say I'm 225 pounds. I'm gonna drain a lot of battery if I use the throttle going up to hills. Okay. Now if I just want to take a little break, go ahead and switch to throttle, let the bike do the work. So I'm gonna come into a stop right up here. I'm already in first gear. I'm gonna go ahead and start shifting my pedal assist down. I just put it into 0 so I can stop safely. I don't have to worry about the bike jumping out at me at all. So that's really it. That's a simple step through and how to operate it. I'm gonna go back down this hill. Actually, we could bring you with us if we want. I don't know if that's safe for the cameraman. Yeah, let's go for it. And I'll just show you how I brake down the hill as well. I'm just gonna use both my handbrakes here. So I'm starting out again. I'm in gear 1. I'm actually in pedal assist 0. I'm actually not even gonna turn the motor on to go downhill because we're gonna get going fast enough as it is. And you can see I'm engaging both brakes, okay? And anytime you're going down a hill, you wanna be gradually pulling the brakes. You don't wanna wait till the last minute. If you should wanna, fly down the hill, that's totally up to you. But I don't recommend doing that. Gradually keep your brakes engaged the entire way so you can make a nice gradual stop at the bottom. And I'm still going, let's see, 14 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. All right, now I'm gonna slow down and take this turn. Wait for our camera person. All right, so I'm still in level 0. I'm just gonna put it in 1. There goes my pedal assist. I'm in gear 1. Now I'm gonna shift up a little bit more. Now you could be in any gear you want, even in level 1. I just won't recommend being in if you're in pedal assist 5, on flat ground, you're not gonna wanna be in gears 1, 2, 3, or 4. you're gonna wanna be in one of the higher gears just to match the cadence of your pedaling with the assist. All right, so now I'm gonna go up to level 5 and really open it up here. So there we go, level 5, I'm in gear 7, and this is when you can start reaching speeds over 20 miles an hour. Got up to 18. All right, pull both brakes. Now I'm just gonna turn around again. And I'll just do a quick throttle demo for you here right now as well. Because if you want to, you can use the throttle and not pedal at all. So let's demo that really quick. All right, so here we go. I'm in level 5 on pedal assist, which we don't need to be. I'm just gonna put it in 1 and that'll fully engage. And I'm gonna push it. And we're off and running. And I'm already up to 10 miles an hour, 13, 14, 16, 18, and come to a stop. And I'll just make a turn right here. I engaged both brakes, and we'll make our way back to our parking lot. My one recommendation is if you're navigating in very tight spaces or slow speeds like this, the pedal assist isn't going to be good because when it turns on, it's going to give you power, which makes it hard to do tight turns. But the throttle's really great if you need to like kind of just, you know, take small turns, kind of ease into it, things like that. The pedal assist is a little bit better once you open it up a little bit more. And I'm still in gear 7. I actually like it to be a little bit harder to pedal. 7th will be the hardest to pedal, 1 will be the easiest, but the choice is totally yours. All right, now I'm stopped, put it in level 0. Now one mistake I made was I didn't downshift my gears into first gear. I'd always recommend trying to do that if you can. And then dismount by pulling my leg through. I put it into 0, but you should always turn it off. So now the e-bike's off, everything's safe. Also, if you're gonna leave it off for an extended period of time, flip the battery off as well. Just remember next time you come back to it that you remember to flip it on. So that's how to ride and operate the simple step through e-bike. If you have any other questions at all, please reach out to us, the team at 630.com, or you can call us 310-982-2877. We're always here to answer your questions and help you with everything. And don't forget, join our Facebook pedalers group, our Facebook group, the 630 Pedalers on Facebook. You can ask those other riders questions about your simple step through either once you have one or in advance of purchasing, and also download our app to track your rides. That is a lot of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey or experience. Enjoy the ride.